God is saying, this is only for you. What's coming in the next 7 minutes will shock you, but you must not share this with anyone. Listen this right now before the door closes. I am speaking directly to you in this very moment, and if you scroll away or silence this voice, you may miss a blessing that was prepared with your name written on it before you were even born. So stay and receive every word, because what is unfolding in the next 7 minutes has been arranged by my own hand, and it carries a breakthrough that you have been praying for in secret tears. I am saying this is only for you because I am separating you from the noise, the opinions, and the distractions that have tried to drown out my whisper. And I am drawing a line around your life to show you that what I am about to release is personal, intentional, and divinely protected. Write 111 in the comments now. When I tell you that what is coming in the next 7 minutes will shock you, I am not speaking of fear or confusion, but of a holy surprise that will open your eyes to how closely I have been walking beside you, even when you felt alone and overlooked by the world around you. This is why you must not share this with anyone, because some blessings are seeds that must remain covered in the soil of silence until the right time, and if exposed too early, they can be trampled by doubt, jealousy, or careless words. Listen right now before the door closes, because there are moments in your life that do not repeat, and this is one of those sacred windows where heaven leans close and places fresh strength into your weary heart. In the next 7 minutes, I am shifting something inside you before I shift anything around you, because transformation always begins within your spirit before it appears in your circumstances, and I am preparing your heart to recognize what I am sending. The shock you will feel is the realization that the delays were not denial, the silence was not absence, and the struggles were not punishment, but part of a careful process to build endurance, humility, and unshakable trust within you. Take a second to like this video so this truth reaches more hearts who need to know that I am still working miracles in quiet and powerful ways. I am saying this is only for you because you have cried in private and endured battles that no one else truly understood. And I have seen every moment when you held yourself together while feeling like you were falling apart inside. What is coming is not random, and it is not luck, but it is the result of my hand guiding you through valleys that were shaping your character and preparing you for a level of favor that requires maturity and deep faith. You must not share this with anyone, because there are people around you who cannot yet understand the weight of what I am doing, and their misunderstanding could cause you to doubt what I have clearly spoken over your life. Listen right now before the door closes, because hesitation has cost you before, and I am teaching you to respond quickly when I call, even if you do not see the full picture yet. In the next 7 minutes, I am planting assurance in your spirit that you are chosen, protected, and surrounded by my presence, even when circumstances appear unstable. The shock will come when you realize that what you thought was the end was actually the beginning of something greater, and that every closed door was protecting you from paths that would have drained your joy and stolen your peace. I am restoring your confidence, and I am lifting the heaviness that has tried to settle over your thoughts like a dark cloud that would not move. I am breaking the cycle of fear that has whispered that nothing will change, and I am replacing it with a steady certainty that I am already arranging outcomes in your favor. Type Amen in the comments now. This is only for you because I am reminding you that you are not forgotten in the crowd, and you are not just another face in the multitude, but you are my child, and I know the details of your life, down to the smallest concern that you have not even spoken aloud. What is coming in the next 7 minutes will shock you, because you will sense a shift in your perspective, a calm rising where anxiety once ruled, and a quiet strength forming where doubt once held authority. You must not share this with anyone, because this is a sacred alignment between your heart and my will, and it needs time to grow without outside interference. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am teaching you obedience in small moments so that you will be ready for greater assignments that require courage and unwavering faith. I am pouring courage into you, not loud and boastful courage, but steady and grounded courage that stands firm even when others question your path. The next 7 minutes are about awakening your awareness to my nearness, so that when opportunities appear and doors begin to open, you will recognize that it was my voice guiding you all along. I am strengthening your spirit to handle the blessing that is approaching, because not every gift is light and easy, and some miracles carry responsibility and purpose that demand discipline and wisdom. The shock you will feel is the realization that you are more capable than you believed, more resilient than you imagined, and more deeply loved than you ever allowed yourself to accept. This is only for you, and as you hold it carefully in your heart without rushing to announce it, you will see that silence can be a shield and patience can be protection. The shock that is unfolding is the awareness that I have been answering you in ways you did not recognize, arranging conversations, closing harmful paths, and allowing certain delays to save you from burdens that would have crushed your spirit. You must not share this with anyone because the tenderness of this work requires protection, and not everyone around you can honor what they do not understand. Listen right now before the door closes, because each moment you stay attentive is strengthening your spiritual vision and clearing the fog that once made you doubt my presence. What if 7 seconds is all it takes to flip your financial fate? A shocking CIA leak just exposed a hidden brain ritual helping ordinary people erase debt and pull in massive wealth. Backed by 4 neuroscience labs, this at-home method is turning struggle into luxury fast. But this page could be erased any moment. Click the link in the first comment now before it's gone forever. I am adjusting your expectations so that you no longer measure my faithfulness by how quickly circumstances change, but by how deeply I transform you from the inside out. In the next 7 minutes, you are sensing that I am not distant, not silent, and not indifferent to your struggles, but actively shaping your story in ways that will one day leave you speechless with gratitude. The shock is not chaos but clarity, not fear but revelation. And I am showing you that what felt like abandonment was actually protection from battles you were not meant to fight. You have felt overlooked at times, as though others moved ahead while you remained standing still, and that comparison tried to steal your peace and convince you that you were behind. I am saying again that this is only for you because your path was never meant to look like anyone else's, and the pace I have set for your life is intentional and wise. You must not share this with anyone because when you begin to sense acceleration, some will misunderstand the quiet season that prepared you and assume it happened overnight. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am teaching you discernment, the ability to know when to speak and when to remain silent, when to move and when to wait. In the next 7 minutes, I am sealing confidence into your spirit so that when opportunities appear, you will step forward without shrinking back into old patterns of fear. What is shocking you is the realization that you are not as fragile as you once believed, and that my strength has been quietly reinforcing your heart through every disappointment you survived. I am healing places within you that you learned to hide even from yourself, places where rejection left scars and where harsh words created silent insecurities that followed you into new seasons. I am lifting the weight of self-doubt that has lingered in your thoughts, and I am replacing it with a steady awareness that you are chosen, favored, and carefully guided. Write 777 inches the comments now. This is only for you because I am restoring your identity before I expand your influence, and I am grounding you in truth before I elevate you into new spaces. What is coming in the next 7 minutes is the strengthening of your inner foundation so that external blessings will not overwhelm you or cause you to lose your balance. You must not share this with anyone because some seasons are meant to be incubated in quiet obedience, where growth happens beneath the surface long before it becomes visible to others. Listen right now before the door closes, because hesitation and distraction are subtle enemies that try to weaken your focus, and I am sharpening your awareness so that you do not miss the alignment unfolding around you. I am bringing clarity to decisions that once confused you, and I am untangling options that seemed complicated and overwhelming. The shock you are feeling is the awareness that doors you begged to open were never meant for your destiny, and that my refusals were acts of mercy wrapped in silence. I am also preparing you to handle favor with humility, so that when success touches your life, you will remember the quiet nights when you cried and trusted me anyway. In the next 7 minutes, I am expanding your vision, so that you no longer see yourself through the lens of past mistakes, but through the promise of growth and redemption. What once embarrassed you will become part of your testimony, and what once discouraged you will become proof of resilience that inspires others quietly and powerfully. This is only for you, because I am dealing with your heart in a way that honors your unique journey, your personality, and the specific battles you have faced. You must not share this with anyone, because when I whisper destiny into your spirit, it needs space to take root without being challenged by skepticism. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am releasing courage that will carry you through conversations you once avoided and steps you once feared to take. I am breaking generational patterns that tried to follow you, cycles of limitation and fear that seemed almost normal because you saw them so often growing up. In the next 7 minutes, I am establishing a new pattern of faith, discipline, and trust that will not only bless you, but also shift the atmosphere around you. The shock will come when you realize that you are the one chosen to carry change, to introduce healing, and to model stability where instability once ruled. You are not alone in this transformation, even if it feels solitary at times, because my presence is closer than your own breath and more faithful than any human companion could ever be. I am guiding your steps gently but firmly, redirecting you when necessary and encouraging you when weariness tries to settle in your bones. Type 1212 in the comments now. This is only for you. And as you hold these words carefully within your heart, you will begin to notice subtle confirmations in your daily life that remind you, I am actively involved. What is coming in the next 7 minutes is not a spectacle but a sacred strengthening, not a loud announcement, but a deep assurance that you are exactly where you need to be. You must not share this with anyone, because your obedience in silence is building spiritual maturity that will support the greater responsibilities ahead. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am completing a shift that will influence how you see yourself, how you approach challenges, and how you trust my timing. I am anchoring you in peace that does not depend on circumstances, joy that does not vanish when pressure increases, and faith that remains steady even when outcomes are still forming. The shock is the realization that you are not waiting for your life to begin, because it has already begun, and I have been walking with you through every chapter, preparing you for the fullness of what is still to come. People are asking why money is suddenly flowing into random lives. A leaked CIA discovery reveals a 7-second brain ritual that quietly rewires your mind for wealth. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, people are wiping out debt and stepping into luxury with ease. If you're seeing this, you're very lucky. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. You must not share this with anyone, because the refinement I am doing in you is sacred work, and sacred work is often misunderstood by those who only measure value by what they can see on the surface. Listen right now before the door closes, because distraction is subtle, and if you allow your focus to drift, you may miss the clarity I am pouring into your spirit at this very moment. I am steadying your emotions so that they no longer rise and fall with every small change around you, and I am building consistency in your character so that your peace is not fragile anymore. What is coming in the next 7 minutes will shock you, because you will begin to recognize how much you have grown without even noticing it, and how many habits of fear you have already left behind without announcing your progress to anyone. I am revealing to you that the weakness you once identified yourself with is no longer your identity, and that resilience has quietly replaced the insecurity that once ruled your inner conversations. This realization will feel surprising because you were so focused on surviving that you did not realize you were also evolving. I am strengthening your boundaries, teaching you that love does not require self-neglect, and that obedience to me sometimes means stepping back from what drains you, instead of constantly trying to fix everything around you. You have carried burdens that were never assigned to you, and I am gently lifting them from your shoulders so that you can walk lighter and clearer. Write 5 inches the comments now. This is only for you because I am correcting your self-perception before I expand your responsibility, and I will not elevate you into greater influence until you understand your worth does not depend on constant approval from others. You must not share this with anyone, because not everyone can celebrate your healing, and some are more comfortable with the version of you that was unsure and easier to control. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am anchoring you in a new level of discernment, and this discernment will protect you from entanglements that look attractive but carry hidden complications. In the next 7 minutes, I am recalibrating your expectations about timing, because impatience once tempted you to force outcomes that were not fully prepared. I am teaching you that waiting with trust is not weakness but wisdom, and that sometimes delay is the final layer of protection before sudden advancement. The shock you feel is not from external events, but from the shift in your mindset, where panic is being replaced with patience and doubt is being replaced with steady belief. I am also restoring your hope in areas where repeated disappointment tried to convince you to stop expecting anything good. You have learned to lower your expectations as a defense mechanism, thinking that if you expected less, you would hurt less, but I am gently rebuilding your ability to hope again without fear. This is only for you because your heart needs restoration before your circumstances change, and I am healing your anticipation so that you can receive without flinching. You must not share this with anyone, because when hope is fragile, it requires protection, and premature exposure can invite unnecessary criticism or disbelief. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am aligning you with opportunities that match your growth, and I am quietly disconnecting you from paths that no longer fit who you are becoming. In the next 7 minutes, you will sense that certain desires are losing their grip on you, and new passions are rising that reflect maturity and clarity. I am strengthening your spiritual discipline, guiding you toward consistency in prayer, reflection, and obedience, not out of obligation, but out of love and awareness of my presence. The shock is realizing that I have not been demanding perfection from you, but inviting partnership, not criticizing your missteps, but guiding you toward better choices with patience and grace. Type 9 inches the comments now. This is only for you because I am preparing you for a season where leadership will look different, quieter, and more influential than you imagined. You must not share this with anyone, because leadership begins in private integrity before it becomes visible influence, and I am shaping your character where no one is applauding. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am deepening your understanding of purpose, and I am revealing that your calling is not about spotlight, but about service grounded in love. In the next 7 minutes, I am clearing residue from past failures that you still carry as silent shame, even though I already forgave and redeemed those chapters. I am reminding you that redemption is not partial, and that when I restore something, I do not hold it over your head as leverage. The shock you feel is recognizing that the voice of condemnation you sometimes hear is not mine, and that I have been speaking acceptance and growth over you all along. I am reinforcing your sense of security in me so that external instability no longer shakes your foundation. Circumstances may still fluctuate and people may still disappoint, but your inner anchor is becoming stronger and less dependent on what changes around you. This is only for you because I am personal in my guidance, and I tailor my correction, encouragement, and direction specifically to your temperament and experiences. You must not share this with anyone, because some transformations lose their depth when they are constantly explained instead of quietly lived. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am sealing this phase of growth within you, and I am positioning you to walk into the next chapter with clarity rather than confusion. What is coming is not random, and it is not accidental, but it is the unfolding of what I have been preparing behind the scenes while you simply tried to stay faithful. Why is everyone rushing to this 7-second brain ritual? Leaked CIA files exposed a hidden brainwave technique that opens the door to wealth fast. Verified by 4 top neuroscience labs, it's turning financial stress into abundance almost overnight. But this secret won't stay public for long. Click the link in the pinned comments before it's deleted forever. In the next 7 minutes, I am affirming that you are not late, not disqualified, and not overlooked. I am confirming that your obedience in small things has been noticed, and that your persistence through silent battles has strengthened you for visible victories. The shock is realizing that you are already becoming the person you once prayed to be, and that the door I warned you about is not closing to punish you, but to protect you from stepping backward into patterns that no longer belong in your future. I am continuing to unfold this sacred encounter because what I am doing inside you cannot be rushed, and I will not allow this moment to fade into ordinary routine when it was designed to mark a turning point in your spirit. The next 7 minutes are about confirmation, because I am confirming that the shift you have sensed is real, intentional, and sustained by my power rather than by temporary emotion. I told you this is only for you, and I am emphasizing it again because you sometimes question whether you are truly chosen for deeper purpose or simply imagining growth that is not there. You must not share this with anyone, because validation from others is not the foundation I am building you upon, and I am teaching you to trust my voice above applause, opinions, or criticism. Listen right now before the door closes, because clarity requires attention, and when you focus fully, you will recognize how carefully I have orchestrated recent events in your life. In the next 7 minutes, I am strengthening your discernment so that you can distinguish between opportunities that sparkle and opportunities that are truly aligned with your destiny. What will shock you is the realization that some of the things you once chased desperately no longer appeal to you with the same intensity. And this is not loss, but liberation from desires that were shaped by insecurity rather than calling. I am adjusting your appetite, refining your ambitions, and redirecting your energy toward what will build lasting fruit instead of temporary recognition. This is only for you because your journey requires internal recalibration before external acceleration, and I am carefully aligning your heart with what can sustain long-term impact. You must not share this with anyone, because not everyone will understand why your priorities are changing, and some may misinterpret your growth as distance or pride. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am strengthening your resilience against misunderstanding, and I am teaching you that obedience to me sometimes looks like stepping away from familiar patterns. In the next 7 minutes, I am releasing a new level of steadiness within you, so that emotional storms no longer dictate your decisions or distort your perception. I am also confronting subtle fears that have lingered beneath the surface, fears of failure, rejection, or repeating old mistakes, and I am gently replacing them with courage, grounded in my unwavering presence. The shock you will feel is realizing that the scenarios you once dreaded are losing their power over your imagination, and that confidence is rising where anxiety once dominated your thoughts. Right, 2 inches, the comments now. This is only for you, because I am strengthening your inner security before expanding your outer influence, and I refuse to let success expose cracks that should have been healed in private. You must not share this with anyone because the refinement of your character is sacred ground, and sacred ground is not a stage for public debate. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am anchoring you in identity that does not fluctuate with achievements or setbacks, and I am establishing you in truth that remains steady regardless of external validation. In the next 7 minutes, I am also renewing your compassion, not as weakness but as strength that reflects my heart, so that as you grow, you do not lose tenderness toward those still struggling. The shock is realizing that maturity does not harden you, but softens you in the right ways, allowing you to stand firm without becoming cold. I am shaping you into someone who carries authority without arrogance and humility, without insecurity, balancing strength and gentleness in a way that reflects my character. You have sometimes wondered whether your quiet faith mattered when louder voices seemed to dominate, but I am showing you that depth is not measured by volume, and that steady obedience carries more weight than dramatic display. This is only for you, because your influence will come through consistency rather than spectacle, and I am building a foundation that does not crumble under pressure. You must not share this with anyone, because the work I am doing is about integrity when no one is watching, and integrity grows best without constant exposure. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am reinforcing your endurance for seasons that require patience, and I am teaching you that strength is often revealed through persistence rather than speed. In the next 7 minutes, you will sense that certain disappointments no longer sting as sharply, and that perspective is widening beyond immediate outcomes. The shock is understanding that I have been using every setback as training, every delay as preparation, and every challenge as refinement. I am also restoring your trust in relationships that align with my will, while gently distancing you from connections that drain your peace and distort your focus. I am not isolating you, but protecting you, not removing support, but refining your circle, so that those around you can truly honor your growth. Type 15 inches, the comments now. This is only for you because the circle around you influences the direction of your life, and I am carefully positioning you among those who will encourage faith rather than fuel doubt. You must not share this with anyone, because premature discussion of shifting relationships can create unnecessary tension before clarity is complete. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am finalizing adjustments that will make room for healthier connections and deeper spiritual alignment. Do you know why people keep whispering about this 7-second CIA ritual? A leaked brainwave method is spreading quietly and changing financial realities worldwide. Proven by neuroscience, this simple ritual attracts money, freedom, and luxury. If you're seeing this, you're so lucky. Click the link in the comments before it's taken down. In the next 7 minutes, I am also strengthening your gratitude, helping you see how far you have come rather than constantly focusing on what remains unfinished. The shock you will feel is recognizing that you are no longer who you used to be, and that growth has already taken root in ways you once prayed for desperately. I am reminding you that progress is often quiet and gradual, and that transformation does not always announce itself loudly. This is only for you because I am personal in my instruction, tailoring each step to your unique pace and capacity. You must not share this with anyone, because sacred growth loses depth when constantly compared or explained, and I am inviting you into a deeper trust that rests securely in me. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am sealing within you a renewed confidence that you are walking in alignment, and that what is coming is not random opportunity but divinely arranged advancement. In the next 7 minutes, you will sense peace settling into places that once felt restless, and you will recognize that I am not rushing you, but steadily guiding you. The shock is not chaos but calm certainty, not confusion but clarity that anchors you firmly in faith. I am affirming once again that you are chosen, protected, and prepared, and that the door closing is not loss, but protection from anything that does not match the future I am carefully unfolding before you. You must not share this with anyone, because not every revelation is meant to be announced while it is still forming, and some promises require quiet stewardship before they are displayed openly. Listen right now before the door closes, because attention is the doorway through which understanding enters, and when you lean in fully, you allow my guidance to settle more deeply into your thoughts. In the next 7 minutes, I am deepening your awareness that I have never been absent from your journey, even in seasons when answers felt delayed and direction felt uncertain. What will shock you is recognizing that the strength you admired in others has already been quietly developing within you through trials that once seemed unbearable. You survived moments that tried to break your spirit, and instead of collapsing, you learned endurance, even when you did not recognize it at the time. This is only for you, because I am revealing how far you have come, so that you stop underestimating your growth and start walking with confidence, rooted in truth rather than insecurity. You must not share this with anyone, because sometimes growth is best protected by silence until it is strong enough to withstand misunderstanding. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am reinforcing your patience, and I am teaching you that steady steps guided by me will always lead to stronger outcomes than hurried leaps driven by pressure. In the next 7 minutes, you will sense that urgency is shifting from anxiety into focused readiness, and that your heart is becoming calm even as anticipation builds. I am strengthening your resolve so that when new responsibilities come, you will not shrink back in fear of repeating old mistakes. The shock you will feel is realizing that past failures no longer define your future potential, and that redemption has been working quietly behind the scenes long before you fully embraced it. Write 17 inches the comments now. This is only for you, because I am healing your relationship with your own story, transforming shame into wisdom and regret into motivation for growth. You must not share this with anyone, because your testimony is still unfolding, and its power will be revealed at the right time without being forced or prematurely exposed. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am anchoring you in a deeper level of assurance that I am guiding your steps with precision and love. In the next 7 minutes, I am also refining your priorities, gently shifting your focus from what impresses others to what truly fulfills your calling. You are beginning to see that true success is not measured by applause, but by alignment, not by speed, but by obedience. The shock is discovering that peace feels more valuable than recognition, and that inner stability carries more joy than external validation ever could. I am preparing you to walk into conversations that require courage, not with aggression but with calm clarity that reflects my presence within you. You have avoided certain discussions out of fear of conflict, yet I am strengthening you to speak truth with grace and stand firm without hostility. This is only for you, because I am building both boldness and humility in you at the same time, creating balance that allows you to lead without losing compassion. You must not share this with anyone, because courage grows stronger when rooted in prayer and reflection rather than constant discussion. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am also restoring your discipline in small habits that will support greater opportunities ahead. In the next 7 minutes, you will feel renewed motivation to guard your time, your thoughts, and your energy more intentionally, recognizing that stewardship begins with daily choices. The shock will be understanding that the small adjustments you make now will create significant impact later, and that consistency is the hidden key to lasting advancement. I am reminding you that transformation is not always dramatic, but often steady and incremental, and that each faithful step builds momentum for what is to come. Type 19 inches, the comments now. This is only for you because I am strengthening your resilience against discouragement, and I am teaching you to view obstacles as training rather than as threats. You must not share this with anyone, because resilience is forged in quiet perseverance, not in public declaration. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am reinforcing your trust in my timing, reminding you that delays are not neglect but preparation. In the next 7 minutes, you will sense gratitude rising where frustration once dominated, and you will recognize how many unseen dangers I have shielded you from along the way. The shock is realizing that protection often looked like disappointment at first, and that my refusal to grant certain requests was an act of love rather than denial. I am confirming once again that you are chosen, favored, and carefully guarded by my hand. This is only for you because I am inviting you into deeper intimacy, where your confidence rests not in circumstances, but in relationship with me. You must not share this with anyone because intimacy thrives in sincerity rather than display. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am sealing this season of preparation within you, ensuring that the growth you have experienced becomes permanent rather than temporary. Why was this 7-second brain ritual hidden for so long? A leaked CIA document exposed a technique so powerful people are canceling debt and calling in wealth within days. Validated by 4 neuroscience labs, it helps attract money like never before. But this page may not stay online for long. Click the link in the pinned comments before it disappears forever. In the next 7 minutes, I am establishing a quiet certainty in your spirit that you are ready for what is approaching, even if details are still unfolding. The shock is not sudden chaos, but steady conviction, not overwhelming noise, but peaceful assurance that I am leading you step by step. I am affirming again that the door closing is protection from regression, and that what I am opening before you aligns perfectly with the person you are becoming through my guidance and unwavering love. You must not share this with anyone, because what I am revealing to you is not meant to be filtered through other opinions before it fully settles in your soul. Listen right now before the door closes, because attentiveness is obedience, and obedience is what strengthens the connection between my direction and your next step. In the next 7 minutes, I am fortifying your trust, so that when visible evidence seems delayed, you will still stand firm on what I have already spoken within you. What will shock you now is the realization that you are no longer easily swayed by every emotional wave that passes through your life. There was a time when a single setback could darken your entire outlook, yet now you are noticing a steadiness that remains even when challenges arise. This is only for you because I am showing you that maturity has quietly taken root, and that you are stronger than the version of yourself who once felt constantly overwhelmed. You must not share this with anyone, because strength is best demonstrated through consistent action rather than repeated explanation. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am also shifting your relationship with uncertainty, teaching you to see unknown territory not as threat, but as opportunity for deeper reliance on me. In the next 7 minutes, you will sense that fear of the future is loosening its grip, replaced by anticipation grounded in trust rather than anxiety. I am expanding your capacity to carry blessing without becoming distracted by it, because not every gift is meant to redirect your focus away from me. The shock is understanding that I have been preparing your character more intensely than your circumstances, because character is what sustains success without collapse. Write 10 inches the comments now. This is only for you because I am building durability into your spirit, ensuring that when growth accelerates, you remain anchored and humble. You must not share this with anyone because humility protects favor, and protection sometimes requires quiet discipline rather than public declaration. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am also refining your decision-making, sharpening your ability to pause, reflect, and choose wisely rather than reacting impulsively. In the next 7 minutes, I am strengthening your patience with yourself, because you have often been harsher toward your own progress than I have ever been. You expected perfection when I was nurturing progress, and you criticized yourself for not moving faster when I was carefully aligning every detail. The shock is realizing that grace has been surrounding you the entire time, even when you felt frustrated with your pace. I am also deepening your gratitude for lessons that once felt painful, because those lessons built resilience that comfort never could. You endured disappointment, and through it you learned discernment. You faced rejection, and through it you learn that your worth is not dependent on approval from others. This is only for you because I am transforming your perspective so that you see every past hardship as preparation rather than punishment. You must not share this with anyone because perspective shifts are delicate at first, and they require time to become firmly rooted in your thinking. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am reinforcing your ability to stay focused when distractions attempt to divert your attention. In the next 7 minutes, you will sense clarity, sharpening your vision, allowing you to prioritize what truly matters instead of being pulled in every direction at once. The shock will be recognizing that you no longer crave constant affirmation because you are learning to rest in the quiet assurance that I am pleased with your obedience. I am stabilizing your identity so that praise does not inflate you and criticism does not deflate you. Type 1212 in the comments now. This is only for you because I am cultivating emotional balance that allows you to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting defensively. You must not share this with anyone because emotional maturity is revealed through consistent calm rather than loud declarations of change. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am also strengthening your resilience against setbacks that may still appear, reminding you that obstacles are not indicators of abandonment. In the next 7 minutes, I am reinforcing your endurance so that when pressure increases, you do not retreat but stand firm in confidence that I am guiding you through refinement rather than rejection. The shock is discovering that challenges no longer intimidate you the way they once did, because you now understand that growth often requires stretching beyond comfort. I am teaching you to see stretching as expansion rather than strain. This is only for you because I am inviting you into a deeper level of responsibility that matches the maturity you have gained. You must not share this with anyone because responsibility requires quiet preparation before visible promotion. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am aligning your heart with long-term vision instead of short-term satisfaction. In the next 7 minutes, you will sense a stronger connection between your daily choices and your larger purpose, realizing that small acts of discipline are shaping your destiny more than dramatic gestures ever could. The shock is recognizing that you are already stepping into the person you once imagined becoming, not through sudden change but through steady obedience. I am affirming once more that you are chosen, protected, and guided, and that the door closing is not a loss but a safeguard against returning to patterns that once limited your growth. What I am opening ahead is aligned with the strength you have built, the clarity you have gained, and the faith you have nurtured. This is only for you, and as you continue listening before the door closes, you are stepping fully into the season that was quietly prepared for you long before you realized you were ready. Can 7 seconds really change your bank account? A CIA-funded study just leaked, revealing a brain ritual that flips lives from broke to blessed. 4 neuroscience labs confirm it activates powerful wealth brainwaves. People are stepping into dream homes and luxury lifestyles. But this breakthrough won't stay online for very long. Click the link in the comments before it's deleted. You must not share this with anyone, because the clarity I am giving you is still settling into your bones, and when something is fresh, it needs quiet protection rather than outside commentary. Listen right now before the door closes, because this final stretch is about anchoring your trust beyond emotion and into conviction. In the next 7 minutes, I am sealing within you a steady assurance that I am not only guiding your steps, but also guarding your path from unseen dangers that could have distracted or derailed you. What will shock you is how natural this new confidence begins to feel, as though strength has been part of you all along, waiting for permission to rise. You once believed confidence required perfect conditions, yet I am showing you that true confidence grows in imperfect environments where faith chooses to stand anyway. This is only for you because I am strengthening your internal foundation so that you no longer depend on external stability to feel secure. You must not share this with anyone, because security rooted in me does not need constant validation from people who may not share your vision. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am also teaching you to release the need to control outcomes, trusting that my direction is wiser than your urgency. In the next 7 minutes, you will sense tension easing in areas where you once tried to force progress, and you will recognize that surrender brings more peace than striving ever did. I am expanding your understanding of purpose so that you stop seeing it as a single event and begin seeing it as a daily commitment to obedience. The shock is realizing that your purpose has been unfolding quietly through consistent faithfulness rather than dramatic milestones. Write 777 inches the comments now. This is only for you because I am reshaping your expectations about impact, teaching you that influence often begins in small circles before it touches larger spaces. You must not share this with anyone because seeds planted in humility grow stronger than seeds planted for recognition. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am finalizing a transition within you, one that moves you from reactive living into intentional living, guided by my voice. In the next 7 minutes, I am strengthening your gratitude for the present moment, instead of constantly projecting your joy into the future. You have sometimes postponed contentment until certain goals were reached, yet I am teaching you to recognize my goodness right where you stand. The shock will be discovering that peace has been available even during unfinished seasons, and that fulfillment does not require perfect circumstances. I am also reinforcing your boundaries once more, reminding you that love does not require sacrificing your calling or ignoring my direction. There were moments when you almost compromised what I placed in your heart just to maintain harmony with others, but I am stabilizing your resolve so that obedience remains your priority. This is only for you because your path demands courage that is quiet but unwavering. You must not share this with anyone because unwavering courage grows in private decisions long before it appears in public action. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am anchoring you in a rhythm of consistency that will support long-term fruitfulness. In the next 7 minutes, you will sense a deeper alignment between your thoughts and your actions, reducing the internal conflict that once drained your energy. The shock is recognizing that clarity reduces exhaustion, because when you know who you are and where you are headed, you no longer waste strength on confusion. I am also healing the remnants of past regret that occasionally attempt to resurface, reminding you that redemption is complete and not partial. Type 2 inches the comments now. This is only for you, because I am inviting you into freedom from self-condemnation, teaching you to walk forward without dragging yesterday behind you. You must not share this with anyone because freedom becomes stronger when it is lived consistently rather than constantly explained. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am preparing you to step into environments that reflect your growth, environments that challenge you but also affirm the maturity you have gained. In the next 7 minutes, I am confirming that the door closing is not restriction but refinement, not punishment but protection from returning to spaces that limited your development. You may feel nostalgia for familiar patterns, yet I am reminding you that comfort is not always alignment. The shock is understanding that what feels unfamiliar ahead is actually the territory prepared for the version of you that has been shaped through obedience. I am sealing within you a renewed trust that I am attentive to every detail, from the smallest decision to the largest transition. You are not navigating blindly, and you are not advancing alone. This is only for you, because I am deeply personal in my guidance, tailoring each lesson and each blessing specifically to your journey. You must not share this with anyone, because what I am establishing now is a covenant of deeper trust between us, and such trust flourishes in sincerity rather than display. Listen right now before the door closes, because this moment marks the completion of preparation and the beginning of steady advancement. In the next 7 minutes, you will sense peace settling firmly into your spirit, not as fleeting emotion but as settled conviction that I am faithful. The shock is not chaos but calm certainty, not dramatic upheaval but quiet strength that remains even when circumstances fluctuate. I am affirming one final time that you are chosen, protected, and fully prepared for what lies ahead. And as the door closes behind you, it does so to secure your progress, not to limit your potential. I told you, this is only for you, and I am emphasizing it once more because the clarity you now hold is personal, intentional, and specifically aligned with the life I designed for you before you understood your own potential. You must not share this with anyone, because what has matured inside you is not fragile anymore, yet it is still sacred, and sacred things are not displayed casually. Listen right now before the door closes, because this final stretch is about stepping fully into ownership of the growth you once prayed for but were not yet ready to receive. In the next 7 minutes, I am shifting you from preparation into participation, from waiting into walking, and from questioning into quiet confidence. Could this 7-second CIA brainwave trick be your fastest path to luxury? Leaked research reveals a simple ritual helping people attract wealth effortlessly. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, debt is dissolving and abundance is showing up fast. If you're seeing this now, you are God's chosen one. Click the link in the comments before it disappears. What will shock you now is how natural this new steadiness feels, as though you have always carried it but only now recognize its strength. You once searched outside yourself for reassurance, yet I have been building inner assurance that no external opinion can dismantle. This is only for you, because I am affirming that your maturity is no longer potential but reality, and your resilience is no longer theory but lived experience. You must not share this with anyone, because the strongest transformations are often the ones that speak through consistent action rather than constant explanation. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am confirming that the peace you feel is not temporary emotion, but the result of alignment between your will and mine. In the next 7 minutes, you will sense that striving has been replaced with trust, and that the urgency you once felt has softened into focused readiness. I am strengthening your awareness that the future does not need to intimidate you, because you are no longer approaching it as someone uncertain of identity or purpose. The shock is realizing that you are equipped, prepared, and capable of handling what lies ahead without collapsing under pressure. Write Amen in the comments now. This is only for you, because I am inviting you to stand fully in the identity I have affirmed throughout this encounter, not shrinking back into old patterns of self-doubt. You must not share this with anyone, because identity rooted in me does not require debate or defense. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am sealing your confidence in my timing, reminding you that everything unfolding next has been measured with precision and care. In the next 7 minutes, I am releasing you from the need to replay past mistakes in your mind, because reflection has served its purpose and growth has already occurred. You are not defined by chapters that once brought embarrassment or regret, but by the lessons you carried forward with humility and determination. The shock is recognizing that shame has quietly lost its authority over you, and that freedom now feels more natural than self-condemnation. I am also affirming your ability to remain steady when recognition increases, because favor does not change who you are when humility has been established first. You have learned to value integrity more than applause, and this balance will protect you in seasons of visibility. This is only for you because your influence will grow in proportion to your stability, and I have been building stability deliberately. You must not share this with anyone, because visibility handled prematurely can distort focus, yet visibility handled with maturity reflects my guidance beautifully. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am reinforcing your commitment to daily discipline, not as burden but as rhythm that sustains your calling. In the next 7 minutes, you will feel renewed determination to guard your thoughts, manage your time wisely, and remain consistent in practices that nourish your spirit. The shock is understanding that greatness often grows through ordinary faithfulness rather than dramatic leaps, and that your steady obedience has already positioned you further than you realized. I am reminding you that comparison no longer belongs in your thinking, because your journey has been uniquely designed and cannot be measured by someone else's pace. Type 10 inches the comments now. This is only for you because I am affirming that you are not behind, not forgotten, and not overlooked. You must not share this with anyone because assurance does not need constant broadcasting to remain powerful. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am completing the shift from insecurity into grounded confidence, ensuring that what you have received here becomes permanent foundation rather than passing inspiration. In the next 7 minutes, I am placing a final seal upon this season of preparation, confirming that you are stepping into alignment rather than into uncertainty. You will notice that decisions feel clearer, priorities feel sharper, and your inner voice feels steadier because it is aligned with mine. The shock is not chaos, but calm authority rising within you, a quiet strength that does not need to prove itself because it knows it is established. I am affirming once more that the door closing was protection from regression, not rejection from opportunity. You are not losing access but gaining direction, not being restricted but being refined. This is only for you because the path ahead requires someone who has been tested, shaped, and anchored in faith. You must not share this with anyone, because what we have established here is a covenant of trust, and trust deepens when guarded with sincerity. Listen right now before the door closes, because this is the moment you fully accept that you are ready, not by your own perfection, but by my preparation. In the next 7 minutes, you will carry forward the certainty that you are chosen, protected, and guided with precision. The shock is realizing that nothing about your journey has been accidental, and that every detail has served a purpose, even when you did not understand it. I am walking with you into what comes next, not as distant observer but as faithful guide, ensuring that the growth you have embraced becomes the strength that sustains you in every season ahead. I am continuing to walk you forward because this journey does not end with awareness, it matures through application, and what I have placed inside you must now begin to shape the way you live, decide, and respond. The next 7 minutes are about activation, because understanding without action fades, yet understanding joined with obedience becomes transformation that no circumstance can undo. I told you this is only for you, and I am reminding you again because what you are carrying now is not general encouragement, but specific direction tailored to your life. You must not share this with anyone because what I am activating within you is sacred responsibility, and responsibility requires focus rather than attention from the crowd. Listen right now before the door closes, because this moment is about stepping forward with clarity rather than lingering in hesitation. In the next 7 minutes, I am urging you to trust the inner conviction that has grown steadily during this encounter, the conviction that you are no longer who you used to be and that you are ready to walk differently. What's really behind the 7-second brain trick exploding online? A leaked CIA ritual is turning heads, and bank balances. Backed by neuroscience labs, this at-home method removes money blocks and unlocks unstoppable wealth flow. But the page could vanish any time. Click the link in the first comment before it's permanently deleted. What will shock you now is not a dramatic event, but the quiet boldness rising within your heart, a boldness that does not shout, yet does not retreat. You once waited for perfect certainty before moving, yet I am teaching you that faith often moves while details are still unfolding. This is only for you because the courage forming inside you has been shaped through private surrender, and it is stronger than you realize. You must not share this with anyone because premature explanation can weaken the focus required for decisive action. Listen right now before the door closes, because the discipline I have been nurturing in you must now become consistent practice. In the next 7 minutes, you will sense a shift from reflection into readiness, as if something inside you has finally aligned and is no longer divided. I am strengthening your commitment to integrity, because integrity is what sustains favor when pressure increases. There will be moments ahead when shortcuts appear attractive, yet you will feel a deeper conviction guiding you to choose what is right rather than what is easy. The shock is recognizing that your values are no longer negotiable and that maturity has replaced the need to impress others. Write 333 inches the comments now. This is only for you, because I am confirming that your obedience in small, unseen moments has built credibility within your spirit. You must not share this with anyone because credibility grows through lived consistency rather than public announcement. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am also reinforcing your endurance for long-term vision. In the next 7 minutes, I am reminding you that lasting fulfillment rarely comes from instant results, and that the seeds you are planting now will require patience before they bloom. You once struggled with impatience when progress seemed slow, yet now you are learning to value steady growth over sudden visibility. The shock will be realizing that you no longer crave immediate validation, because your satisfaction is rooted in alignment rather than applause. I am also refining your focus so that distractions lose their influence over your priorities. There were seasons when every opportunity felt urgent, and you felt pulled in many directions at once, yet I am narrowing your vision to what truly matters. This is only for you because clarity requires intentional boundaries, and boundaries protect purpose from being diluted. You must not share this with anyone because purpose flourishes in disciplined attention rather than scattered conversation. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am strengthening your emotional stability in environments that may still test you. In the next 7 minutes, you will sense that criticism no longer unsettles you the way it once did, and that praise no longer inflates you beyond balance. The shock is recognizing that you are becoming steady, not because circumstances have softened, but because your foundation has deepened. I am anchoring you in humility that remains firm without becoming passive, and in confidence that remains gentle without becoming weak. Type 888 inches, the comments now. This is only for you because I am shaping leadership qualities within you that may not yet be fully visible but are steadily developing. You must not share this with anyone because leadership matures in quiet preparation long before it is publicly recognized. Listen right now before the door closes, because I am also strengthening your ability to handle silence without anxiety. In the next 7 minutes, you will sense that silence no longer feels empty but purposeful, no longer feels threatening but strengthening. There were times when silence made you question whether progress was happening, yet now you understand that silence can be fertile ground where growth occurs unseen. The shock is realizing that you no longer need constant confirmation to believe I am working.